Welcome to Cajun Style Crappie. Tonight we're going to tie a jig. So getting into the heads I've talked about this in some of my videos. This is a 1/48 ounce jig head. It wasn't supposed to be. It was supposed to be a 1/32 ounce, but the place I ordered them from, they came in real light. What I ended up doing is you can buy wired lead, which is this stuff, right? This real thin wire, lead wire. You can wrap a little bit of that lead wire on it just to weight it up a little bit, and I got them close to 1/32 ounce. 1/32 ounce with the little floats I use, the little 1.5 inch foam floats are real light. So the combination of 1/32 ounce head with the float gives you kind of a mid-range of being able to cast and yet being light enough to float down and where the fish really like it. You know, where if you're fishing deep, it's you get into your 1/16, 1/8 if you're fishing big lakes. But what we fish down here is so shallow and against the bank, or not far from the bank, usually 5 feet of water or less. These things work great. You know, that size, the 1/32 ounce and the 1/48. If you get smaller than 1/32, it works good. It just, you lose some of that casting capability. So to get started, we'll do a 1/16 ounce head down. It's a little bigger, we'll be able to see it a little better. Clamp it down. All right. And what I do is I usually put a little bit of the Sally Hansen's glue on the hook to hold the thread down. It kind of helps keep it from spinning. So we're going to put the thread on. This is the black Danville 210 denier flat wax. It's a little heavier thread than most fly tyers use, but it's good for jigs. So you start wrapping it, and you wrap your tail and clip that off. And then you just wrap that down to about the tip of the hook. Come back up. Come back to almost the middle. This is called a kip tail or calf tail, right? It's an actual calf tail. This one's almost done, but I used it. But here's a red one. They come in all kind of different colors. You know, this is what I use for the tail material. It's right about the right length most of the time. They come in different lengths. It just depends on what you get. You know, I try to make it a little bit past the hook, but you want the tip ends of the hair. You know, if you clip it, it's all straight, so you kind of want that rough tail looking section. So it's not pretty. I mean, it's not like it's all even and pretty looking. We're not going for awards here. We're just trying to look like a bug. Then you pull out all the little, what they call underfur. Right? So you've got your little pile of hair there. Then you put that over your hook. And you put some light wraps. You don't want to get the hair above your head, because then you got to trim all that. But get a few wraps in there, enough to get just to hold it there. And then you want to turn it to where it gets around the hook evenly. Just spread the hair out around the hook. Okay. Once you get that, it'll spin on you, so you got to pull it tight. And you start spinning again. Start tightening it up with your thread a little bit. Check it. And turn a little bit more. You keep working until you get it where you want it. Okay. That should be pretty close. Yeah, that looks good. Alright, so now we just hold it in place and tie it. When you get to the top here, if you kind of loosen up a little bit, it helps cover all that up. Alright, so we got that good and tight. Then I'll put my flash. This is a pearl. It's pretty cool, it changes colors. See, now it does different things. That's a pearl. I think it's chartreuse. I use one strand. Pull it off slow so it'll start twisting on you. And I don't know if you can see that good, but what I do is I clip it. And sorry about the shaking. I have a trimmer that I've always shook. And it gets worse as the older I get. I'll fold it over and clip it one more time. Okay, that gives me several strands. And I'll put 2 strands down each side. So just lay it on there. About halfway. You lightly do your thread. A couple wraps. 2 or 3 wraps so you can line it up where you want it. That's good, so I'll go ahead and tighten that down just a hair. Alright. Then you have these two. You can fold them back over the top. And go back and wrap that in. I'll cinch that down. And I'll do the other side. You can put as much flash as you want, or none. Some people don't use it. I don't know. I don't think it hurts anything. I think on the sunny days in the clear water, when they're in the middle, and they're not on the bank, and they're just, a foot below the surface, and you're catching them out in the middle of the lip bayou, I think it helps, and I think it helps look like a shad or something swimming by where it reflects a little bit. Makes like a little flash when they go by. So I finish tying that in real good. I'm just going to clip this other piece off. Okay. I'll trim these a little bit. For the body materials, they call it chenille. It's basically yarn. It's just, you get different colors, different shapes, different thicknesses. Like this one's got a lot of flash to it. It's like a glitter, or it's called a flash chenille. And then, the standard black one. And, you got thin ones. You got pretty colors. But that's what you make your body material out of. This one wraps a little bit, let it hang. Alright. You just pull a little tip off the end of it. Keep the thread in there. Give you something to tie down on. I don't know how good you can see that. But you wrap and you catch that thread. And get that tied in good. Run your thread up to the head and do a little half hitch. This is just to hold the thread in place. But let's see. Okay, there we go. And I'm going to roll that pretty tight. This is not a true rotary vise, but it does work with a rotary type function. So you get that all the way up to the head. What you do is run your thread across it, wrap it tight, cross again, and one more time, and that'll hold your chenille in place. You roll it in there and clip it right even with the body material. There we go. Okay, so after you get your chenille on, you wrap a few times just to tighten it in there so it don't come loose. Right. Now we're ready to put a wing on it. What we call a wing, it's just a little top piece we put on there. It's popular with the jigs down here. Most jigs you buy in the store don't put these on there. I don't know what it is down here, but almost all the jigs you see down here have the little top wing on them. Down in the south down here. So what you do is just take a little pile of hair, a little short piece, and put it right up against the head. And on top, you wrap that in a couple times. And you want it to line up straight with the eye of the, or with the hook. Not try to get any loose ends. All right. Pull out any hairs that didn't get tied down. And that's it, basically. We got a hair jig. We'll do now, let's do what they call that whip finish. This little tool. So what you do is just takes a little practice. You gotta loop it. And then you wrap it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. And you pull it tight. And do a couple of them. Here's your whip finished. That's your knot. That's going to hold it all together. Right? And then what I do, the last touch, is I come over with a little bit of head cement, and I just put it on top of the threads. I'll roll it over and do the other side. That locks all those threads in place, keeps them from unraveling. I don't know if you ever had a jig that the hair started unraveling on you. It's aggravating, but that solves that problem. You got one little stray hair off the wing there. That is it. That is a done deal. So that's it. That is a 1/16 ounce Cajun Style Crappie hair jig. Black and white with a little bit of pearl flash in it. Not bad for an amateur, but that's what I use. That's all that's to it.